In the world of Fangs of Fortune, every battle fought by the Demon Hunter teams revolves around a terrifying power known as the word technique. Each word carries a lethal effect. This is a forbidden technique only a millennia-old great demon could normally comprehend, yet Zhu Yan has descended into the human realm and joined G14, a demon hunting organization tasked with eliminating Yao demons. Jie Chen, wielding the legendary Yun Guang sword, is known for specializing in slaying powerful demons. His swordsmanship is considered unmatched among humans, yet against Zhu Yan he is completely outclassed. Zhu Yan easily overpowers him, even seizing control of the Yun Guang sword and turning it against its master. Despite Jie Chen's desperate resistance, Zhu Yan demonstrates absolute dominance. With a simple gesture, he manipulates weapons, roof tiles, and even distant guards, killing them effortlessly by triggering a hidden, death-through-command effect across miles. Zhu Yan then proves he cannot be killed conventionally by stabbing himself with Jie Chen's sword, revealing a terrifying regenerative immortality. As tensions rise, Zhu Yan reveals that he has no intention of indiscriminate slaughter. Instead, his presence in G14 is tied to a deeper purpose. Despite being feared as the Hand of 10,000 Demons, he once voluntarily joined the organization. However, his true goal begins to surface. He is searching for a powerless woman whose existence is tied to the fate of the demon world. Meanwhile, G14 receives an urgent mission order from General Wu. Within 5 days, they must eliminate a water-based demon causing chaos in a lake region. That water demon, named Ran, possesses the ability to control dreams and illusions. Even Zhu Yan's powerful, True Break Eye cannot easily counter its dream manipulation. When Jie Chen and the team enter the illusion, they fall into a deep dream realm where only those who can personally shatter their inner demons can awaken. Pei Sijing faces visions of enemies and destroys them without hesitation, while Wen Xiao is trapped in memories of his deceased master, the former divine maiden who entrusted him with the Bai Zhe token before dying. Inside the illusion, even Zhu Yan is forced to intervene. He enters Wen Xiao's dream to break the control, ultimately using lethal force within the illusion to force him awake. After escaping the dream realm, the team finally tracks down Ran, but they discover the existence of an even greater hidden ancient demon behind everything, Liluan, a being from the same era as Zhu Yan, whose power surpasses even the known limits of demon kind. The battle escalates as Zhu Yan and the demon hunting team face overwhelming pressure from ancient, reality-bending powers. Zhu Chen is violently struck down, coughing blood as the enemy mocks him. The mysterious ancient demon ridicules his allies, claiming that the people Zhu Chen once associated with were far stronger, mentioning even the former Bai Zhe divine maiden, while now he is surrounded by those he considers weak. Zhu Chen, unable to accept the insult, immediately attempts to strike back, but the situation quickly turns against the entire group. The enemy, a powerful being known as Liluan, manipulates Ran Yi and uses her as a vessel to launch devastating attacks. Countless spiritual projectiles rain down, forcing Zhu Yan to protect Wen Xiao using the myriad demon umbrella, while Zhu Chen is still caught in the illusionary assault. Zhu Chen is dragged into a nightmare illusion created by Liluan's overwhelming spiritual power. Zhu Chen is forced to witness horrifying scenes. His admired brother is killed by Zhu Yan, and Wen Xiao is strangled before his eyes. Enraged and devastated, she unleashes a frantic counterattack, but cannot awaken herself from the illusion. Even the Yun Guang sword becomes ineffective. At the critical moment, Zhu Yan realizes Ran Yi is being controlled and uses his word technique again to break part of the illusion. However, Liluan's true body is still hidden, making the effort only partially successful. Seeing the situation shift, Liluan retreats temporarily, revealing that she is not acting alone. Zhu Yan is again described as a being who fights using a single word, a level of power only an ancient demon king can master. Despite being the king of 10,000 demons, he has chosen to walk among humans and join the demon hunting team. But this time, he encounters an even older existence, an ancient demon from the same era as himself. This ancient being reveals a deeper truth. She manipulates human desires and wishes, offering power in exchange for surrendering one's fate. Her ultimate goal is to open the Kunlun Gate, allowing countless demons to enter the human world. Even Zhu Yan's word technique is nearly useless against her overwhelming authority. During the confrontation, Wen Zhao's latent divine power is unexpectedly awakened. The fragment of the Bai Zhe token she carries responds, revealing that the divine relic was originally split into two halves, one held by the divine maiden lineage and the other by the strongest demon king. Now, those two halves belong to Wen Zhao and Zhu Yan. As their powers resonate, golden energy flows between them. Wen Zhao manifests a divine flute formed from the Bai Zhe seal, while Zhu Yan's demonic power is marked by golden sigils. Together, they reach their peak synchronization, combining divine and demonic forces. Wen Zhao plays the flute while Zhu Yan channels the seal's power through his word technique. The combined force directly strikes the ancient demon, overwhelming her defenses and successfully sealing her for the first time in 10,000 years. However, Zhu Yichen senses something is wrong. The seal feels incomplete. The enemy should have been transported back to her origin realm, yet she remains unstable. Zhu Yan realizes a disturbing possibility. Either the Bai Zhe seal has weakened over time, or the ancient demon has transcended its authority. The truth remains uncertain, but what is clear is that the seal only works under one condition. It requires the target's deepest desire to be spoken aloud. The conflict deepens as the ancient power Cheng Huang continues to manipulate human desire and twist lives into tragedy. A girl gains immense power after accepting Cheng Huang's influence, but she is immediately transformed into a demon-like being and forced to kill indiscriminately under his control. Even her own sister, Pei Sijing, who belongs to the Zhu demon hunting team, is forced to personally shoot her down. Yet the girl inexplicably revives afterward, revealing that Cheng Huang's power cannot be easily undone. Pei Sijing's past is then revealed. She was once the only son in her family and originally expected to inherit the family legacy. However, due to frail health, he was unable to cultivate properly and was rejected by the clan. His sister became the family's only hope and inherited their ancestral divine artifact, the Liyin Bao. This caused deep inferiority and resentment within him, which ultimately led him to seek power from Cheng Huang, despite knowing the risks. While Pei Sijing is overwhelmed by grief, she finds a wooden effigy on the ground and realizes it is connected to her dead brother. When she touches it, she is pulled into a strange spiritual realm filled with countless similar effigies. Each one represents a human consumed by obsession and desire. Cheng Huang appears whenever he hears such desires, offering to fulfill wishes. But once someone says, "I am willing," they are transformed into an effigy, immortal yet completely controlled. Realizing the truth, Pei Sijing attempts to avenge her brother. However, Cheng Huang revives the brother's form in front of her and forces her into an emotional trap. Even though she raises her weapon, she cannot bring herself to strike him down again. At the same time, the resurrected brother is no longer able to resist Cheng Huang's control and becomes powerless against him. As the situation worsens, Cheng Huang, revealed to be a terrifying ancient demon with power surpassing even 10,000-year beings, overwhelms Pei Sijing completely. Just before she is killed, Zhu Yan arrives with the demon hunting team. Even with Zhu Yan, the king of 10,000 demons, and Zhuo Yichen wielding the Yunguang sword, they are still no match for Cheng Huang's overwhelming strength. At the critical moment, Wen Zhao finally locates the other half of the Bai Zhe seal. When both halves are reunited through Zhu Yan and Wen Zhao, Cheng Huang is successfully sealed by their combined power. After the battle, the true nature of Zhu Yan is further revealed. He is described as an immortal demon born from primordial chaos, capable of commanding countless demon techniques and mastering the highest level of the word technique. However, he descended into the human world and even allowed himself to be pierced by the Yunguang sword, not as defeat, but as a way to teach Zhuo Yichen its true form. Zhu Yan intentionally joins the demon hunting team, guiding Zhuo Yichen to evolve his swordsmanship, even revealing ancestral sword intent passed down from his lineage. Through this, Zhuo Yichen learns advanced techniques capable of harming even beings like Zhu Yan. Zhu Yan's origin is then clarified. He was born from chaotic primal energy. Whenever bloodshed occurs, This energy floods into him, causing him to lose control and become a killing force without consciousness. This was the original reason he once attempted to end his own life. The former Bai Zhe Divine Maiden attempted to save him by giving him half of the Bai Zhe seal, but this caused Wen Xiao, the new Divine Maiden, to lose her divine power. Now, the seal exists split between Zhu Yan and Wen Xiao, and only by combining both can its true power be restored. To stabilize the seal and prevent Zhu Yan from being consumed by chaotic energy, they travel to Kunlun to complete a formation with the help of mountain deities. However, just as the ritual nears completion, the formation suddenly collapses, leaving everything uncertain once again. The situation collapses into chaos as the star formation ritual is interrupted and ancient powers fully awaken. Zhu Yan suddenly withdraws his spell mid-ritual, immediately sensing that something is wrong. The star formation, which requires 2 mountain deities to maintain, cannot be completed by a single person. Any attempt to force it will only cause backlash. At the same time, the mountain gate comes under attack by a masked figure, whose 3 subordinates are forcibly demonized under his control. Zhui Chen, wielding the Yun Guang sword, initially believes he can defeat them easily. However, their bodies are unnatural, immune to blades and resistant even to the divine sword. And even a roar from one of them nearly incapacitates a mountain spirit. At this moment, the blood moon descends. Zhu Yan finally enters his strongest state. Under the blood moon, he is revealed as a terrifying existence who once killed even dragon-level ancient demons with a single word. Legends say he even defeated divine beings who once suppressed the demon world. Yet despite such overwhelming power, Zhu Yan is cursed with immortality and cannot even end his own life. The blood moon amplifies his connection to the world's primal energy, turning him into a pure destruction machine with no consciousness. In this state, Zhu Yan becomes unstoppable, and the battlefield itself distorts as night seems to fall instantly. However, his only weakness is also revealed. When the blood moon descends, all primal energy in the world floods into him, causing him to lose rational control completely. The masked figure attempts to proceed with a hidden plan involving the Bai Zhe seal, intending to break the barrier between realms. However, Zhui Chen unexpectedly destroys the star formation instead, shattering part of the Bai Zhe seal and accidentally freeing Liluan, the ancient sealed demon. Now, with 2 primordial demons on the battlefield, chaos erupts. Yet Zhu Yan, still in his blood moon state, does not target them. Instead, his first strike is aimed at Zhui Chen. With a single word technique, he instantly kills the dragon-blooded demon Zhuaying and leaves the battlefield in absolute fear and collapse. Zhu Yan has become a being without emotion, completely driven by destruction. The mountain deities attempt to restrain him using their strongest sealing formation, believing they only need to wait until the blood moon fades. But Zhu Yan breaks it effortlessly, touching the formation with just 2 fingers, causing both deities to vomit blood and the entire array to shatter. Zhui Chen finally moves, but even his Yun Guang sword is not enough. The only theoretical way to kill Zhu Yan is to combine divine, demon, and human essence blood onto the sword to amplify its power. Even then, success is uncertain. Ironically, Zhu Yan himself once taught Zhui Chen how to refine sword intent and awaken its true form, because he wanted him to have a chance of killing him. As the final confrontation unfolds, Zhu Yan unleashes his word technique again, dream. With that single word, Zhui Chen loses consciousness midair and falls to the ground. Wen Xiao, weakened by the broken Bai Zhe seal, loses all remaining power. Pei Sijing is also instantly incapacitated by a wave of Zhu Yan's force. Just when all hope seems gone, Zhu Yan is suddenly struck by a piercing arrow. For the first time, a fragment of clarity returns to him. It is revealed that everything was part of Zhu Yan's own hidden plan. Before setting the formation, he deliberately left behind a flaw in his own body and taught Zhui Chen how to break the word technique illusion. His goal was never destruction alone. It was to create a moment of self-awareness within his blood moon state, anticipating betrayal and manipulation from forces like Liluan and Zhuaying, who had already destroyed the star formation to release ancient demons into the human world. When Zhu Yan is pierced by the Yun Guang sword's influence, a fragment of clarity returns to him. His chaotic blood moon state begins to collapse, and a pure divine-like form emerges from within him. This essence disperses into light particles and is absorbed back into his body, causing the crimson sky to fade. For the first time, Zhu Yan regains full consciousness. But this victory comes at a cost. The mountain deity known as Yin Zhao reveals that Zhu Yan cannot be fully killed by ordinary means. Instead, they must suppress and purify the primal energy within him. Yin Zhao uses all his remaining life force to stabilize Zhu Yan, ultimately sacrificing himself in the process. Meanwhile, Zhu Yan's word technique, especially the dream command, remains terrifyingly powerful. A single word can instantly render thousands unconscious. However, this time, it fails against a seemingly ordinary human, revealing that someone has been actively sealing his senses. A young boy, only around 10 years old, is revealed to be the true hidden variable. Despite appearing harmless and weak, he is a gifted healer who uses blood-based techniques capable of reviving decay and resisting ancient demons. He infiltrated Zhu Yan's team under the guise of assistants, secretly working to seal Zhu Yan's senses one by one. His goal is to completely shut down Zhu Yan's perception and force his inner core to collapse. Before Zhu Yan can react, red sealing runes ignite around him, blocking his ability to use the word technique entirely. Even the king of 10,000 demons is momentarily rendered powerless by a human child's carefully prepared trap. Just as the situation turns critical, Pei Sijing activates a mountain artifact and escapes with Zhu Yan. The team regroups and immediately seeks out Bai Jiao, whose past reveals a deeply tragic origin. Bai Jiao once lived a peaceful childhood, hiding from her mother during play. But one day, she witnessed a horrifying scene involving her mother's transformation and a mysterious parasitic presence growing within her body. Her father suppressed the truth, telling her it was only a dream, and locked her mother away forever. Believing her mother was sick, Bai Jiao devoted her life to studying medicine, eventually becoming a disciple under Wen Zhongyu, determined to save her. However, the truth is far darker than she imagined. Her mother was not sick or cursed, but had already transformed into a powerful entity tied to ancient demonic forces. Elsewhere, when Xiao appears in a corrupted state, her face stained with blood, as she carries out a brutal assassination. A high-ranking official's carriage is stopped in public, and moments later, the entire escort is wiped out, leaving only death and silence behind. The world of Fangs of Fortune is now fully collapsing into chaos. When the Chengwu battalion receives news of Wen Zhao's actions against the Prime Minister, they immediately mobilize and arrive at the Demon Suppression Division to arrest her. They declare her crimes severe and demand immediate capture. Zhuo Yichen steps forward to resist, refusing to allow anyone to take Wen Zhao away. However, the Chengwu commander produces an imperial proxy order, personally issued by the king, commanding her arrest. Faced with official authority, Zhuo Yichen is forced to lower his sword. Although the Chengwu forces appear victorious, Wen Zhao has already vanished. Instead of hiding, she is drawn into a far more dangerous encounter, one that leads directly to Zhu Yan and the ancient demon conflict. The Chengwu battalion, secretly led and enhanced by Wen Zhao, is revealed to be a force that indiscriminately hunts demons, regardless of whether they are good or evil. Their true objective is Zhu Yan himself. This marks the first direct confrontation between Chengwu and Zhu Yan's demon-hunting team. On the battlefield, Zhuo Yichen holds the front line while Pei Sijing provides ranged support. However, the Chengwu soldiers are not normal humans. They have been forcibly modified into demon-like combat weapons, making them nearly impossible to kill. Zhu Yan joins the fight and activates the Myriad Demon Umbrella, releasing overwhelming demonic energy. He then raises a single finger, preparing to use his word technique, an ability that once erased entire armies with a single syllable. But this time, something is different. His ability fails to fully activate, indicating that someone has prepared a countermeasure specifically against him. That person is Wen Zhao. She reveals a hidden strategy aimed at Zhu Yan, sealing his senses to force his primal demon core to surface. The plan is to strip him down to his uncontrollable true form and eliminate him completely. However, Zhu Yan sees through the trap and instead targets Wen Xiao directly. During the chaos, Zhu Yan grabs an incoming weapon midair, but this action triggers the final stage of the enemy's plan. His senses are completely sealed, and his body begins to burn with uncontrollable primal energy. His form becomes unstable, shifting between human consciousness and pure demon essence. Wen Xiao intended to suppress him, but the result is the opposite. Zhu Yan's true primordial form is forcibly awakened. In this state, he becomes vastly more powerful, beyond reason, beyond control, and beyond morality. Just as he begins to turn toward Wen Xiao, Zhui Chen steps in, attempting to stop him. However, even with the Yun Guang sword, he cannot land a decisive strike. Zhu Yan counters effortlessly, using both demonic energy and reflected attacks from the myriad demon umbrella. The battle continues for an entire day and night. Zhui Chen repeatedly tries to restrain him, but fails each time. Eventually, he resorts to a forbidden technique, condensing his own blood into a crystalline blade infused with spiritual energy. This strike finally manages to injure Zhu Yan. However, when the Yun Guang sword pierces Zhu Yan's body, it begins to crack under the pressure of his overwhelming essence. Zhu Yan remains standing, but Zhui Chen prepares to finish him using a soul-binding needle, aiming directly at his consciousness. Before the final strike lands, Wen Xiao manages to restore the Bai Zhe seal. With the sound of the divine flute, golden light erupts and envelopes Zhu Yan. The seal activates fully, suppressing his demonic energy and forcing his consciousness back. Zhu Yan's crimson blood moon state fades. However, this restoration comes at a hidden cost. Wen Xiao reveals that she spent 300 years inside a temporal cycle within the Bai Zhe realm to repair the seal. Time passed differently for her, but in the human world, it was only a moment. In the end, Zhu Yan is finally restrained, the battlefield falls silent, and the truth becomes clear. He is not simply a demon king or a savior, but a being torn between destruction and redemption, whose existence depends entirely on whether the Bai Zhe seal remains intact. The Bai Zhe seal. Peace does not last. Within Zhu Yan's group, a hidden traitor is revealed, someone disguised as Bai Jiao, who had always appeared timid and harmless. In truth, her body has already been taken over by the ancient demon Liluan. The deadly artifact, soul-breaking needle, originates from her influence, and she is now actively hunting Zhu Yan's team from the shadows. At the same time, Bai Jiao, still under Liluan's possession, begins openly slaughtering members of Zhu Yan's group. Her identity shifts constantly, making her impossible to predict. The true danger now is not only strength, but deception. Pei Sijing is forced to confront the horrifying reality that even allies can no longer be trusted. A Chongwu strategist finally identifies the true enemy behind Wen Zhao's impersonation, Liluan's most loyal subordinate, a master of transformation who can perfectly imitate anyone. This impostor continues to shift forms, at one moment appearing as Bai Jiao, at another as Wen Xiao herself, causing psychological collapse within the group. Even Zhui Chen hesitates, unable to strike the face of someone who looks exactly like Wen Xiao. The truth behind Bai Jiao's body and the ancient demon Liluan is finally exposed. A seemingly weak 10-year-old girl, who has never cultivated before, is repeatedly underestimated by everyone in the group. Yet she possesses a mysterious divine power that manifests unintentionally. During a critical encounter, Bai Jiao appears to be knocked unconscious, but this is actually the trigger for a hidden takeover. Once the Bai Zhe seal resonates, the ancient demon Liluan awakens inside her body. Bai Jiao's consciousness is suppressed, and Liluan takes full control. Once awakened, Liluan reveals overwhelming power. With a wave of her hand, she controls vines, suppresses mountain spirits, and effortlessly overwhelms Pei Sijing, Zhui Chen, and even Zhu Yan's allies. Even divine weapons like the Lying Bao become useless against her. In her presence, even beings created through demonic transformation are reduced to nothing. Zhui Chen attempts to resist using the Yun Guang sword, but Liluan easily counters and shatters its attack. She then pins him down, revealing the truth directly to him through illusion-breaking vision. Baijiu was never fully herself. Lilun had implanted her own demon core into Baijiu's body long ago. During moments of unconsciousness or emotional instability, Lilun regains control. Worse, the earlier knockout was intentional. It was a setup to allow Lilun to fully possess Baijiu again. Realizing this, Zhuo Yichen breaks down emotionally but refuses to give up. He shatters his own blood seal and charges forward despite the overwhelming difference in power. This moment of interference allows Zhuo Yichen to strike Lilun with the broken Yun Guang sword. However, Lilun retaliates instantly with a fatal counterattack, leaving Zhuo Yichen severely wounded. Meanwhile, the story shifts to a mysterious trial created by a small divine entity guarding Lilun's sealed domain. The group is forced into a psychological game where each person must answer a question truthfully. Are you human or demon? Anyone who lies is trapped. Zhuo Yichen answers honestly and passes. Zhu Yan and Pei Sijing also pass the test. But when Baijiu steps forward, the situation changes. The question is simple but dangerous. Baijiu hesitates and tries to avoid answering directly, which causes the trial entity to grow rapidly and trap her instantly. Suspicion spreads within the team regarding her true identity. To verify the truth, Zhuo Yichen uses the Yun Guang sword, capable of detecting demonic essence. Surprisingly, the sword shows no reaction when Baijiu touches it, deepening the confusion. Zhu Yan forcibly takes control of the trial entity and answers on behalf of himself, but the entity still reacts violently, confirming that the trial itself is being manipulated from within. The group realizes they are not facing a fair test, but a psychological trap designed to fracture trust. As they move deeper into the next stage, they discover two powerful artifacts placed side by side: Zhu Yan's myriad demon fan and Lilun's bone relic. These were once exchanged between Zhu Yan and Lilun when they were allies, symbolizing a long-buried past connection. When Zhu Yan touches the myriad demon fan, the bone relic reacts violently, triggering an ambush. Wen Xiao is suddenly attacked in divine form, and Zhu Yan restrains her just in time, but the battlefield shifts again as Baijiu suddenly transforms. At that moment, a suppression formation activates, specifically designed to restrain Zhu Yan. He is trapped and unable to use his word technique. The formation burns anything he touches, confirming it was prepared with knowledge of his true nature. Lilun appears once again, revealing her true goal. She intends to force Zhu Yan into sacrificing himself for Baijiu's body. But just as the situation reaches its worst point, Baijiu's body begins to change again, showing that her identity contains an even deeper secret that neither side has fully understood yet. The first part of the series come to end. See you in the second part. Make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment from the heart.